What's up, Fig Fam? Happy Friday. It's the weekend, which means it's time for us to take a look at this week's wrestling figure news and reveals. And when I say we got a bunch of new WWE figures coming, as well as new form factors and new companies entering the fold, I mean it. This is a stacked one, and you're not going to want to miss it. We're going to start off with Mr. Latoony with his upcoming Ric Flair figure. These are available at latoony.com. One shoe off, one shoe in his hand. He's got cash in the other, the Rolex, the rings. He's got the bandage on before he hard weighed himself. This is from that WCW promo with Mean Bagajin. And we started stripping off all of his clothes, throwing his clothes into the crowd, money, ripping it up. Crazy, crazy promo. One of my favorites ever of Ric Flair. Such a fun one. Pretty cool. It's going to get a figure. And I got to say, it's probably the first Latoony that has me enticed to buy. I've kind of stayed away from this until this figure. I think it's pretty cool of what it represents. It's not my favorite representation of Ric Flair. I don't think it really looks too much like him, but I love what it represents. Now, Title Run Toys showed off their upcoming Nikita Koloff, which I think looks awesome, especially this graphic with the broken chains. You know, he's got his typical CCCP singlet on, plain black boots, plain black knee pads, but the likeness is absolutely there. And this is a guy who hasn't aged, so I mean, you absolutely could have probably scanned him for this. But he comes with that clothesline action, uppercut on the left arm. I really dig this one. Now, over at New York Comic Con, my man Mitch showed up with a whole bunch of new figures, one of them being Dean Douglas, which is a money figure, and I believe this does come with the paddle, which is exciting. Blonde hair, Shane Douglas, Dean Douglas. This is one that I never thought we would get, and I'm shocked that it's here, but I am happy about it. Also, Strike Force. The regular Strike Force are in, but there's also this special edition Strike Force with the Strike Force t-shirts. Man, I said Strike Force a lot of times there. Tito Santana and Rick Martel. They look great. Hard to tell with the bubble here, but I can't wait to get these in hand. And believe it or not, the Hustle Man. That's right. The Hustle Man is a figure. This is not Mitch. I almost said his full name. This is not Mitch Hastel. That's not his real name. This is the Hustle Man, the character he plays. I love it. Good for him making a figure of himself. It's going to have a microphone, his pink suit, Hustle Man on the lapels. I mean, I love it. I got to be honest. I love it. So I hope I plan on getting one of these. I need this. I need this in my collection. Also, he showed off a render for an upcoming Jake the Snake 1996. With Revelations as his snake. So we're getting all the different eras of Jake the Snake. And I actually love this one. I love the entrance vest. One of my favorite moments was King of the Ring. So Stone Cold Steve Austin cutting that whoop-ass promo. This is a very iconic figure, in my opinion. Now, Matt Maniacs, Golden Era of Wrestling, showed off their upcoming 2-pack USA version of Sergeant Slaughter in my favorite gear, that core style gear, the red, white, and the blue, the white tank, the brown hat, the American flag. But he's going to come in a 2-pack with, that's right, Hacksaw Jim Duggan in the blue singlet, the red, white, and blue, the stars on the blue knee pad, the stripes on the white knee pad. They clearly improved the size of that 2x4, and he also comes with a flag. And here it is in the packaging. So these will probably be going up very, very soon, I'm sure, once their next round of releases drop. So awesome stuff coming from Matt Maniacs, but also awesome stuff coming from Zombie Sailor Toys. So we recently got in the Macho Man Randy Savage Legacy Collection figure, and it is beautiful from WrestleMania 7, but these are coming on Black Friday. That's right. We have Road Warrior Animal, Road Warrior Hawk in a 2-pack. Look at all the chains on those shoulder pads. I mean, these things look absolutely jacked. I'm so excited to see these. The head sculpts look amazing. The tongue out. I love the pose of Hawk, how he's got the arms out to the side doing that signature LOD pose. Cannot wait for these. Knock this out of the park. I swear to God, every Zombie Sailor Toys figure that I've gotten in the last couple months, it gets better and better and better. I'm talking Roadkill. I was blown away by it, right? Then I got the Ash from Army of Darkness, and I was convinced that was his best figure yet. Then I just got into Macho Man that went on sale on Zombie Sale, and there's still a couple up there. I was blown away. That is absolutely his best figure. So he's definitely up in his game, guys, putting a lot of time into these things, and these Road Warriors were worth the wait, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, that said, there is a new figure company on the horizon, and it's a company you've heard of. Pro Wrestling Tees is going to be doing their own line of figures. Now we know that they do micro brawlers, right? But I'm talking action figures, articulated. But they're doing them in a form factor that really hasn't been touched on much in the wrestling space, and that is O-ring, like G.I. Joe style figures. And it is going to have a series one where all four characters are limited to 1,000. And the first four characters are going to be Danhausen, as you can see here. He's got his chest tattoo. He's got his face paint on. One thing you'll notice is that the pegs are there. Some people were complaining about the pegs being different colors and stuff, but I mean, growing up, that's what these were like. So I feel like that's intentional, honestly. Um, Maybe they could have done them in a flesh tone style, but honestly, I think these look awesome. They're very reminiscent of my childhood with G.I. Joes. Macho Man Randy Savage, Ric Flair, and Jake the Snake Roberts. Very excited about these, man. I think they look excellent. I love the packaging. Wrestling heroes. I mean, I cannot wait for these. My only thing, and I don't want to, judge until I have these in hand because I plan on getting them. My only thing would be maybe some accessories, right? You can definitely put maybe a cape with Danhausen. You could have put a snake with Jake Roberts, whatever it may be. But very, very cool. Happy for Pro Wrestling Tees. I cannot wait to get these in hand. So, but they're not the only person making O-ring figures because KWK announced their O-ring heroes. And they are going to be having Jake the Snake Roberts, believe it or not. And I believe that these are going to try to stay pretty true to form to G.I. Joe's. File name, the King Cobra. You see how they're giving like the file name to all these different characters, which I think is awesome. Bruiser Brody, file name the Bruiser. And the Berserker, the Viking. I mean, these are pretty awesome. My only thing is like Bruiser Brody and Berserker, they're kind of similar in a sense. So I don't know if this is going to be a series or this is just names that he's announcing. But Jake the Snake Roberts being in both, I mean, seeing them, you're probably going to have to choose. But I believe KWK is probably going to be doing some accessories. So I believe that's going to come with a snake. I feel like Bruiser Brody's going to come with his vest and chain, and I feel like Berserker's going to come with his whole regalia. And you'll see it says more names and accessories, including rings and playsets, to be announced. Stay tuned. So, playsets, I want to know more about that. I'm a sucker for playsets, especially if they really, really fit into the form factor. But now into WWE news, and there's a lot. We're going to start off. Whoops, my bad. Not WWE news. We have major news. My apologies. And they showed off at New York Comic Con a couple things in hard copy that we haven't really seen yet. They showed off pretty much all upcoming figures in the background. You can see Kerry Von Erich, you can see Haku, you can see Bruiser Brody, but we've seen those, right? These we haven't seen in hard copy yet. Mr. Met and the Philly Fanatic, and I gotta be honest with you, I will pass on these. However, that Philly Fanatic is really enticing, and the fact that they're probably going to be doing all the mascots has me like, damn, I don't know. Maybe I should get in on these. But I feel like that's too sick. I'm not a baseball collectible collector. I am a wrestling figure collector. So very cool. I'm curious to see what the Phillies and Mets do with these. I feel like these are probably going to pop up at the stadiums. So we shall see. And they also showed off the upcoming King Haku. This is the only one we're really showing because all the other ones we saw pretty much hard copies of. But King Haku coming very, very soon to collectmajor.com. It'll be in stock. You'll notice he's got his taped fingers. He's got the removable crown. This is the Haku that was supposed to come out, and then they shifted and did Islander. So I think this is a smart move for Major. Now on to WWE. We saw the new upcoming official plush figures. Now, these have been popping up in Walmart's different waves here and there, but these ones are Cody Rhodes, The Rock, Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, and I believe LA Knight. is the other one. Not the best, but I do dig that Logan Paul. Also, there are 24-inch plushes that are popping up in Walmart Canada and on the Walmart Canadian website. We've gotten these before, and they've been Walmart Canada exclusives. However, people are reporting that these are not Walmart Canada exclusives this round. I'm not so sure. I haven't seen confirmation of that, so I'm curious to see if that is true or not. I hope it is because I want this Jake the Snake. But these were actually designed by Extra Cooler, who is a good friend of the Fig Heel YouTube channel and social media. He does some really great work for a lot of different companies. So very excited to see this for him. But these are 24 inches tall. They're 2 feet tall and they're like $50 in Canada. So there is the upcoming nine. I'm talking Mankind, Jake the Snake Roberts, John Cena, The Ultimate Warrior, The Rock, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes. These are incredible. Where the hell would I put these? I have no idea. But man, these look awesome. I gotta say, I think the Jake and the Mankind are my favorites of the entire series, but I do think the Undertaker and Warrior are pretty cool as well. So curious if these pop up in the States. The last couple times that they've done these 24-inch tall plushes, they stayed in Canada and they explicitly had like a Walmart Canada tag on it. So curious about these. Yeah, I can't see it on the tag there, but also Big Shots dropped a couple new buddies, starting off with R-Truth. Shaved head R-Truth. He's got his chain, his tattoos, his golds. Also, how about this? Ron Cena, which is pretty exciting. I hope that we get a Ron Cena Elite, and I'm sure that we will, but this is pretty cool to hold us over until then. There's the back. And then Braun Breaker. I'm tired of everybody doing Braun Breaker in strictly black. We want some colors. We want some more design on the gear. And I know that he's been doing a lot of black, but he does do other colors. Tattoos, Breaker, dog. On the back, I think it says the future. Looks great. I think the face has a lot of his likeness there. So they did very, very good on this one. Also, Mash'ems are back. For those of you that don't remember, I want to say like 2011, there was these Mash'ems, these like squishy little figures that kind of like think you were supposed to like throw at each other. I don't know, it was weird. Um, but they're back and they're calling it Series 1, even though Mash'ems WWE have existed before, which is so funny to me. Um, but here is the series. It is Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, and I think that's CM Punk. But then you'll notice there's another figure over there, and I can't really tell who it is based on the shape. So I'm very curious to see. I thought that it was going to be John Cena, but I don't believe it is. Like a Chase John Cena, because it looks different than this one. But we shall see. Also, the WWE WrestleFest cabinet is up for pre-order right now on Amazon.com. We've talked about this before, but this is currently $599.99, but only for like a month. I think until November 6th, there is a $100 off coupon. I don't foresee this dropping any lower than that. So if you're interested in kicking the tires on this and you really want to pick one up, I say go and get it now, and I will put the link below in the description so you can grab that. But because of this, people were talking on Twitter that there is a Superstars one coming from One Up, from Arcade One Up. Now you'll notice this is the actual original Superstars. This is not the upcoming Arcade One Up that is supposedly coming. This is all rumored. You'll notice Macho Man's on it, Liz, the WWF logo. So this is not legit. This is just kind of to show, like people are using this as a graphic to just say that this is coming. Until there is an official word, I'm just taking that as hearsay because I did some research and I couldn't find anything that said that this was specifically coming from Arcade One Up. So just this graphic that somebody admitted to making. So we shall see. Also, at Family Dollar, these are popping up. These are like discount figures, and it's weird because of the era of all of them, right? John Cena, AJ Styles, you've got The Rock, you've got Kevin Owens. It's very, very peculiar, especially the packaging is like 2017 packaging. They look like they have 5 points of articulation, legs, arms, and head, I'm thinking, but I kind of want them. I'm not lying. I kind of want these. I kind of want to pick these up, so I got to be hitting up some Family Dollars, I guess. Now, on to the Mattel reveals. We saw Greatest Hits Wave 2 2026. This is coming in spring 2026. We got Rey Mysterio in that WrestleMania 40 gear. He's got that Eagles gear. We got Gunther here in the blue. These are all re-releases. We got Jey Uso, Mr. Yeet. We've seen these. And the final boss, The Rock. This is the only one that wasn't a single release before. This was released in a two-pack with John Cena, so I actually might pick this one up because I didn't want to buy the two-pack, honestly. But this one I might get. We also saw Knuckle Cruncher Series 9, which is going to have Jimmy Uso, which is a repeat, Damian Priest, which is a re-release, and then we got some new Roman Reigns and Jey Usos. And we're going to take a look at them. There's the Damian Priest. Again, this is like exact same as his previous figure. Same thing with Jimmy Uso. They almost like the exact same as his previous. And then, actually, no, I think here the Yeet looks like it's silver, which I think would be different. But I don't know if that's a fact or if that's just the lighting. Roman Reigns, which is pretty cool. Long hair head sculpt. He's got his tattoo and the Ula Fala, which is key. So I got to get this one for the Ula Fala. Love Knuckle Crunchers, but I really wish that they would introduce some new characters into the line. And then the star of the show, in my opinion, is Jey Uso. You'll notice that he comes with his sunglasses, which I think is pretty huge. Like, I love accessories for wrestling figures, especially tiny ones like this. So I can't wait. The pink shirt absolutely pops. So I will be picking this up. And then we saw WWE Legends Series 30. And this is going to be the first Build-A-Figure set. And it's going to have Bob Backlund that you can build. Mr. Backlund. First up is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I love this. He's in those jeans with the Austin 316 baseball jersey, his chain, and the WWF Championship. I had that jersey as a kid, so this is a must-get for me. So clean with how they put the Bob Backlund on the side instead of right in the front. I love that. And these are going to be dropping spring 2026. So there's the whole set loose, as you can see. And there's Stone Cold broken down. He's got the pointer fingers. I love this, dude. I cannot wait to get this figure. This is a star of the show for me. But then the second star, we got Jesse the Body Ventura, who is loaded up with value. I'm talking glasses, hat, microphone, cloth goods, interchangeable hands, as well as Bob Backlund's arms. This figure is incredible. I think it's funny how the glasses are kind of hanging off his face in the image. But look at that, man. Look at those boots. Look at those pants. This thing is money. Absolute freaking money. Jesse the Body Venture is one toyetic MFer. So I'm excited for this, but also Mr. Fuji. We know we got those Demolition Elites coming, and I believe Series 123 and I believe 125 is when Crush is coming. Now we have Series 30 Elite Legends, Mr. Fuji, interchangeable heads. So he's got the face paint on, one without the hat. He's got his cane, interchangeable hands, and Bob Backlund's legs. This is a great Legend series, I gotta say. This is a star-studded series. I mean, there's some really great stuff going on here. And last but not least, probably not my favorite in this series is going to be Michelle McCool. But there she is. I don't think the likeness is that great on her. The gear is very similar to that of her basic that she had when Mattel first started, but it was in blue. She comes with the women's championship that is cut in half, which I think is the biggest selling point of this, plus Bob Backlund's head and the Bob Backlund for President poster, which is pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff here, man. A lot of stuff to get excited about. But Michelle McCool, see that face? I just don't think they captured the likeness very good on this one. But I still will be getting it. Here's Mr. Backlund with his suspenders, his belt, his bow tie. Very, very cool. Someone was saying that the shirt's painted on, but that's definitely a molded shirt. It's not just painted on a body, so I don't know. But excited for that. I love that Build-A-Figures are now in the Legend line. But we're moving on. And coming to Walmart in spring 2026, probably around WrestleMania, is going to be the WrestleMania 13 submission match 3-pack of Bret the Hitman Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and of course, Ken Shamrock, who comes with a ton of hands. But the biggest thing of note is we are looking right here at 5 new head sculpts, 2 for each character. I mean, that's pretty, yeah, 5 new head sculpts. There you go. And, dude, this is so exciting. So many hands, so much going on with this. I love this match. I love Stone Cold. I love that it's a cloth goods vest. There's so much to get excited about. And let's be honest, man, this is what we've been waiting for, right? Never thought we'd get Ken Shamrock in the referee gear. They nailed the socks and boot mold. And man, the Hart Foundation jacket, the vest. I mean, this thing is just money. This might be one of my favorite releases of the year. I got to be honest. And then we have the Ultimate Edition Bray Wyatt Legends figure coming to Target in 2026. There's something about this head that I don't like. I think it looks odd on the body, but it could just be the angle of this photo. But I am stoked we're getting Hawaiian shirt Brays, so I cannot even complain. Look at the serious face on there. That is the head sculpt that I wanted when his first figure came out. You got the upside down head sculpt for him to do the spider crawl. He's got his plain black shirt. You could probably get a thin piece of chalk and really write stuff on there like martyr and things. He's got his Hawaiian shirt, his lantern, interchangeable hands, and hat. This is a great figure and a #1 get for me. I'm probably going to get 2 of these because there's no, I mean, he's one of my favorites ever, and it's just incredible. Love this pose. This is how I would pose him when I get it. This is how I'm going to put him on my shelf. It's just like this. I think it's great. All of these are taken from studio shots, and they did a wonderful job posing them. So look at that, man. Bray Wyatt still getting figures, man. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Man, you might even need 2. Killing me. Killing me, Mattel. And then last but not least, they showed off their upcoming collector carrying case. It only has 8 spots in it, which I thought was a little odd, right? Only 8 spots. But I guess how big is it going to be, right? Whatever. But I would have loved this as a kid because I wouldn't have used it for my figures. I would have used this for like my actual like wrestling, my wrestling buddies federation where I would, you know, try and be the Money in the Bank champion. I would have had a field day with this thing. So very, very cool. Look at that. Love it. Love it. So as I said, Knuckle Crunchers Wave 9 is coming early 2026. The Money in the Bank carrying case is coming early 2026. And then everything else is spring 2026. The Legends Ultimate Edition Bray Wyatt is going to be a Target exclusive because it is Legends. Same thing with Legends Series 30, Target exclusive. The WrestleMania 13 3-pack is in Walmart exclusive. And then the Main Event Greatest Hits 2026 Wave 2 is going to be everywhere, but it's also spring 2026. So hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok at FigHeal. Twitter is at TheFigHeal. Pick up the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, available now on HealBooks.com. And you can get either the regular version that has everything from 2010 to present day or just the Mattel WWE Collector's Guide. So we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for joining me. Peace. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE, Mattel, AEW, Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need FigHeal's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 7,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With figure photography by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Full-color paperback and hardcover editions available now at HealBooks.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeal. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeal. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHeal.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.